Hello again, it's me, the Man in the Tammy, and today I'd like to talk to you about a rubbish job that I had. Now, we've all had rubbish jobs in the past, some better than others, some, you're just trying to get by, get some money in whilst you look for something else. But this job in particular it started off as a really interesting, good job. It was with a company that we're going to call X Limited, okay? And we'll say that they produced underwater piping for offshore projects, right? It's not, but that's what we're going to say it is, okay? So at X Limited, I'd got an interview and it was the head of the HR department, let's call her Fiona Tosspot, and she interviewed me, two others, and I was lucky enough to get the job, which would entail partly working in maintenance, which included me data entry, loads of forms, and there was years of backlogs because they'd never been computerised, details had to be put in, bish bosh, job done. It would take forever to do that. So that was some of my job that I could do when I wasn't busy working for HR. Now, I'd never worked for HR before in any capacity, and I've never worked in HR again. I actually really enjoyed it. It was great in the beginning because Fiona allowed me to do a lot of graphic design, which sounds really highfalutin and everything, but it ended up me Word documents, being asked to do a project, which could be a job vacancy, an internal job, or a poster for the notice board, for the canteen, or there was Christmas party projects, which I'll get onto. But it basically involved mucking about with graphics in a Word document. I could even create my own images through a digital camera, or it was great. I had carte blanche and she would go over it, but otherwise, I could do what I like. I enjoyed it, it was fun, and the maintenance part, just did whenever I could, but it wasn't taking up the whole of my day. So it started off really good in my first year because it was a private company. I was asked into a private meeting with my boss, Fiona, and she said that I'd done such a good job in my first year that they were going to give me 5% increase in my salary, which seems brilliant, and I thought it was brilliant at the time. But what you have to remember is 5% of something really low is just a wee bit more, whereas somebody who's been there for 10 years is sitting on a higher wage and gets 2%, they're actually getting more. Anyway, it didn't matter, money wasn't everything, but I thought, oh, this is great, they like me, I'm doing everything fine. So that was that, but within the next year, things went from good to bad. And what I mean by that is, I'd actually got diagnosed with diabetes, and it was the early stages where they were treating me through diet and tablets alone. And all I knew about diabetes really was what the nurse was telling me. And one of the things that they didn't tell me was uncontrolled diabetes could lead to a loss of concentration and basically, being a bit forgetful, which I kind of suffer from anyway, but this really compounded the issue. And as I say, now that I'm on insulin controlled, it's not so bad. You get the early warning signs and you can sort of like treat it within an hour or so. Anyway, let's not talk about that. What I do remember is Fiona was going on holiday for about a fortnight, and our deputy was kind of in charge, and there was still some job vacancies coming up, and I was told I could design wee vacancy bulletins for the staff notice board, which I did. But once you've designed one, it gets a bit boring after a time, so Well, what I'm best doing is showing you an example, right? This is what, generally speaking, went up on the notice board, right? A position for a technical operator. A vacancy has arisen in our technical operations line, which would suit a person with a good eye for detail, have a proactive approach to health and safety, have the ability to cooperate with colleagues and be a team player, meet targets in both production and wastage, carry out basic maintenance, and strive to produce the highest quality product. You should have relevant machine handling training, have a flexible approach to your operating times, and have good communication skills. Contact F Tosspot for more details and an application form. So that was, generally speaking, combinations of that sort of thing I would do. Oh, got a bit bored. Then my boss was off, and perhaps this advert wasn't my best. Yeah, this is what I put for a job. Technical operator. Are you bored with your current job? Do you fancy a challenge? Why not apply for a job in the technical operations line? The machinery is quite old and temperamental, so you need to be calm and good at basic maintenance. You will be producing some pretty weird looking products, so you need to know when a piece of pipe has come out all wrong. Fiona's extension is open for all inquiries. Why don't you give her one now? You see, so somebody said that they proofread it and it went up on the board, and the operators thought this was funny, and I thought it was funny, and I didn't think it was too bad, tongue in cheek. Have to have a sense of humour, Well, it didn't go down fine with Fiona when she came back for her holidays. She went a dinger on me, it was terrible. And she sort of demoted me a wee bit. As in, I got less and less itcher design work to do and had more time to do maintenance. So that was, wasn't quite happy, and obviously the vacancies had to go back to normal, and obviously that one was taken down as soon as she saw it, Oh dear. But then it went from bad to worse, because I think then Fiona in particular was looking to get rid of me, but she needed some excuse, and believe it or not, that wasn't good enough. No. So you see, during that time, I had run a blog online. Now, this was the early days of the internet, and it was like a build your own website kit. Basically, you could design a dozen pages or web pages with hyperlinks and photos and text, put it up online, and you would get your own website address and everything. Oh, it was marvellous. So I put up my own website, which I believe was called Club Tropicana. Yeah, the drinks are free and there's tons to go around. Something like that. And it was basically a blog that I did, and I remember there were some photos with the company name in the background, X Limited, on what was a dinghy, I think it was, some extracurriculum activities, some fun and games and dinghies, and that was on my website. However, so was my daily comment, which was, I'm fed up with my company treating me like crap, blah blah blah. It was a long time ago, I didn't remember the exact wording, but you get the idea. And well, imagine my surprise when I was hauled in over the coals by Fiona again, and one-on-one she says, right, I've printed off your entire website. I was like, alright, okay, and how dare you bring the company's name into disrepute? What? And she said that because you could see X Limited on the dinghy, and you could couple that with my company treats me like crap. I thought, well, yeah, maybe. If you were a close buddy to me, maybe. But no. So I went home to think about my actions, and I would have another meeting where soon. And I thought that would be the end of it, cheerio, X Limited. However, I went home and all I could think of was adding another couple of web pages to my Club Tropicana, so that I set up a wee second-hand shop on behalf of my dad, selling records, CDs. Basically, it was a private eBay. If you were interested, let me know and we'll negotiate a price, send it off, and you can come round and get it. So my dad's company, Club Tropicana Incorporated or something. So when I went in, it's like, have you thought about it? I goes, aye, I says, I think it's ambiguous as to what company I mean, because my dad can be quite an ogre at times, and it's running his wee business online. What? What do you mean? What are you talking about? So, but you've only printed off that bit of the blog, but you've forgotten these two bits. Look. Oh, well, I still think that you inferred that it was X Limited. I said, no, no, in fact, I think I was talking about Club Tropicana Incorporated. I didn't think she believed me, but she couldn't actually prove it. So, she demoted me further, so I had nothing to do with HR. So bang went on the design work, bang went on the jollies, the fun, the tongue in cheek, the banter with the actual operators on the floor, and instead all I had to do, 95, was these data input sheets. Went back years, nobody was bothered if I put them all in or no. And to really rub my nose in it, Fiona Tosspot left the company and disappeared and was running HR in some other company. So, I still had to live out my meagre existence day in the day at entry every day, nothing else. However, in time I did leave that place and things improved. Actually, what I do remember before Fiona disappeared was you used to get these niche engineering publications, sort of things that turn up on Have I Got News For You? And it was all about, the latest innovations in underwater marine piping technology, or sensors for lights, or sounds, or lights and sounds. You get the idea. And with every publication, you got like multi-card adverts, maybe about 20. Each one had a wee checklist of everything else that they could send to you, flyers for products and information about technology and whatnot. So with each little card, you might then get 20 things coming back to you on the strength of that one card. And there was many cards, 20 cards, so it kind of multiplied. Well, what I did was I really hated Fiona that much that I checked every single card for weeks in all these publications, and I got them to send it to her at her home address, which I nabbed out of the HR department. Oh, the joys. Anyway, I've been the man with the Tammy. Thanks for watching. I'm away the new. Bye.